Welcome back, Wrestling WWE fans. Tonight we dive into a story that shook the very foundation of professional wrestling. WWE Clash in Paris 2025 was already set to be monumental, but no one could have anticipated the stunning betrayal and shocking alliances that unfolded in the ring. John Cena, the face of loyalty and respect, found himself standing against forces he never thought would align: Brock Lesnar and Logan Paul. From the opening moments, the Paris crowd was electric. Cena walked in with that signature determination, carrying the weight of his legacy on his shoulders. For 2 decades, he has been the constant, the anchor, the one fans look to when chaos reigns. But beneath the cheers, there lingered an undercurrent of unease, as if history itself was preparing to repeat its most painful lessons. Because when we talk about betrayal and power plays in WWE, we cannot avoid the shadow of the bloodline. Roman Reigns and his family dynasty built an empire based on dominance, intimidation, and silent grudges that were never truly buried. That history of manipulation and fractured trust became the blueprint for what unfolded in Paris. Please like, share and subscribe for more WWE content. The Bloodline's emotional story was one of power that always came at a cost. Roman stood as tribal chief, but his cousins, his brothers, and even his enforcers often bore the weight of that throne. Every victory for the family was drenched in sacrifice, and every defeat brought whispers of resentment. This culture of control and rebellion is what makes alliances like Lesnar and Logan Paul so terrifying. They carry the same poison of manipulation and betrayal. Logan Paul has always been the outsider, the disruptor. Dismissed at first, mocked even, but slowly and surely, he earned credibility with shocking performances and undeniable star power. But unlike Cena, Logan never pretended to be noble. He thrived on controversy, using chaos as a weapon. And standing beside him in Paris was a beast unlike any other: Brock Lesnar, a man with no loyalty but to destruction. Cena started the match strong, delivering his signature moves with precision, reminding the world why he has stood the test of time. Yet for every blow Cena landed, Logan absorbed it and rose with arrogance, with defiance, with the confidence of someone who knew he had an ace hidden up his sleeve. The crowd was split. Some cheered for Cena's relentless spirit, others marveled at Logan's audacity, but everyone felt the tension rising. It was not just a clash of eras, it was a battle of values, of what WWE stood for and what it might be turning into. And then it happened, the shocking moment that silenced Paris. Midway through the match, when Cena looked poised to finish Logan off, Brock Lesnar stormed in like a thunderclap. No warning, no signals, just pure chaos unleashed. The sight of Lesnar siding with Logan Paul was like a dagger to the heart of the WWE Universe. Brock, the conqueror, the one-man wrecking machine who had destroyed Cena countless times before, was now lending his brutal power to elevate an outsider. It was betrayal layered upon betrayal. The attack was merciless. F5 after F5, Cena's body slammed into the canvas with sickening force. Logan Paul, grinning ear to ear, picked the bones, taunting and humiliating the man who once embodied hustle, loyalty, and respect. The arena roared, some in outrage, some in shock, and some in awe of the unholy alliance that had just been born. This moment mirrored the darkest chapters of the bloodline. Just as Roman's rise was marked by turning family against family, Brock and Logan's strike was about power through desecration, tearing down a legend to carve out their own dominance. It wasn't about victory in a match, it was about rewriting WWE's narrative. Backstage whispers soon leaked. Reports claimed that Cena had known something was brewing, that tension with management and looming shifts in the company made him a target. Some said Roman Reigns himself was quietly watching, studying, perhaps even approving, because chaos in the spotlight kept the bloodline's shadows hidden. Others whispered that Brock Lesnar's motivations were not tied to Logan Paul at all, but to his own vendetta with Cena. Aligning with Logan was less about loyalty and more about sending a message: Brock does what Brock wants, and no one, legend or rookie, can stand in his way. The emotional aftermath rippled through the locker room. Younger stars wondered if the old guard truly had a place anymore. Veterans whispered about betrayal, about the changing of the guard happening not with honor, but with mockery and bloodshed. For Cena, this was not just another loss. This was a humiliation designed to fracture his spirit. Much like the Usos when they bent or broke under Roman's authority, Cena was forced to feel what it was like to be betrayed and dismantled in front of the world. The parallels with the bloodline are haunting. Power is never just about championships, It is about control, manipulation, and the fear that no matter how much you give, it will never be enough to hold your place. Cena gave everything to WWE, and still, he was left broken by forces that valued chaos over loyalty. Fans in Paris left the arena with stunned faces. Some celebrated Logan's rise and Lesnar's chaos, while others mourned what they had seen, the slow dismantling of everything Cena had stood for. The clash had turned into a symbolic execution of an era. Backstage, whispers grew louder. Was this Logan Paul's official coronation as one of the most dangerous figures in WWE? Was Brock Lesnar's alignment temporary, or was this the beginning of a reign of terror fueled by unpredictability? And looming over it all, what did the bloodline think of this new axis of destruction? Roman Reigns, even in silence, felt the ripples. For years, he and Cena stood as opposites, rivals defined by respect and resentment. Watching Cena fall in Paris was a reminder of how fragile legacies can be, even for the most unshakable icons. The bloodline's story of betrayal had now spilled into the larger WWE landscape, infecting everything in its path. And so we are left with a painful reflection. Brock Lesnar and Logan Paul didn't just destroy Cena physically, they shattered the image of stability he represented. They turned a legend into a victim and mocked the values that once defined this company. Because in wrestling, betrayal cuts deepest when it comes from unexpected places. And the scars it leaves aren't just on the body, but on the soul of the industry itself. Clash in Paris 2025 will forever be remembered not as a match, but as a turning point. A moment when power, arrogance, and betrayal collided to reshape the future. And at the heart of it all lies a truth that echoes from the bloodline to Cena's downfall. Wrestling is built on loyalty, trust, and blood. But when those bonds are broken, when betrayal spills into the open, what remains is not unity or glory. What remains is silence, scars, and the haunting reminder that in WWE, even blood is not always thicker than betrayal.